Hey there guys, what's up? It's Autobot Mike 18 here guys with a video I'm pretty excited to do. Guys, this is going to be my final, and that's right, final prediction video slash discussion. I guess I'll get into a couple discussions in this video for the 2015 Oscar nominations. That's right guys, the Oscar nominations are coming out very shortly, tomorrow as a matter of fact. And I felt that it was time to give you guys my predictions, my final predictions. I've hinted at what I felt was going to get nominated, like in Google Hangouts or stuff like that with you guys, but I never just fully gave you like my picks for the 10 Best Picture nominees or my picks for the 5 Best Visual Effect nominees who I think are going to get nominated. So, that's what I'm going to do in this video. Because the Oscar nominations are getting announced tomorrow, I felt it was suitable for me to give you my predictions the night before, and we'll see how many I get right. Hopefully I'll get a lot right, but, yeah, so the Oscar nominations are getting announced tomorrow morning at 8:30 Eastern Standard Time. I would do a live reaction, but I don't like doing things live. So I'm just going to catch the video when it gets uploaded on YouTube whenever I get up in the morning. I'm going to try to get up earlier and do an early reaction. And don't get me wrong, I'm psyched to hear these nominees. I'll be doing my normal reaction video to the recorded broadcast of the reading of the nominees, but I will be posting that tomorrow, so stay tuned for that. But as of now, let's talk predictions. And again, you guys can have many different thoughts, predictions. Please let me know what your predictions are down below. I'm interested to hear what you guys feel is going to get nominated, what you guys are going to feel going to get snubbed. I'm not only going to say what I feel is going to get nominated, I'm going to reveal what I think is going to get snubbed this year. And boy, there's going to be a lot of snubs, and I don't know if I'm going to be right. These are my personal opinions. Basically, there's this group I'm joined on Facebook, and they released an Oscar shortlist for films that they think could or could not get nominated. And what I did was I looked at that list and I picked 10 nominees for Best Picture I think are going to get nominated. You know, 5 nominees for Best Actor, blah, blah, blah. And that is what I did, and that's how I'm going to read you guys my predictions. So without further ado, let's get into my predictions. I think first off, I'm not doing every single category. Like, I'm not going to do documentary short or documentary feature. I haven't seen any of those, so there's no point. But I am going to do all the major ones, and I'm going to go in order of importance, starting off with Best Picture. Now, in tradition, there's usually 9 nominees. There were 9 last year, even though I felt there could have been 10. But I believe the first year they introduced the extended Best Picture category, which was 2009, when they gave us 10 nominated films instead of 5. That's the max they do, is 10 nominated films. I personally think they're going to have to do 10 again this year. I just think there were too many good movies to have only 9. Why not do 10? Do what AFI did. AFI did the top 11. Do a top 10 Oscars for Best Picture, please. If they do, this is what I think is getting nominated. Boyhood is going to win, period. But these are going to be the nominees. Boyhood, Birdman, Selma, The Grand Budapest Hotel, Imitation Game, The Theory of Everything, Whiplash, Gone Girl, Foxcatcher, and Into the Woods. Now, if they're doing 9, then I would take off Into the Woods. No, I'm sorry. If they were doing 9, I would probably take off Gone Girl. A part of me is like, it's either Gone Girl, Foxcatcher, or Into the Woods. Those 3 are fighting for a spot. The others, I think, are solidly on this list and deserve to be on the list, even though I haven't seen Grand Budapest Hotel. That's the only one I haven't seen, by the way, guys. I've basically seen every other movie that I'm going to be talking about throughout this video. I feel Foxcatcher doesn't deserve to be on there. Is it going to get nominated? Of course it is. There are some other films that are going to get snubbed that I also feel should have made the list, and those films are Interstellar, which at this point I don't even think it has any chances. Nightcrawler probably has stronger chances than any of the films I'm going to mention. Enemy, Under the Skin, Locke, Still Alice, they have no chance for getting Best Picture, even though I'd like to see them get nominated. But there are 3 movies I feel could sneak into that 10 I just listed. One of them being American Sniper, which is slowly picking up momentum. A lot of people are saying I think that's going to get in there. A lot of people are saying Clint Eastwood's going to get a nomination. Bradley Cooper may sneak in there. there. I don't know, but I don't think it is. I don't think it's gonna. I don't think it has enough momentum to get in there. I think the other ones are. I don't know. They've been talked about for a while, and I think they have better chances. Nightcrawler also may sneak in there. Again, it could take out Gone Girl or Into the Woods or Foxcatcher. I don't know how they're going to go, the Academy. And Interstellar, it would be lovely if just all the Academy members were just like, yeah, Interstellar was amazing. One of the best pieces of filmmaking I've ever seen, and it gets nominated for a bunch of crap. That'd be awesome. Best Director, moving on. But yeah, those are my predictions. Best Director, we have Richard Linklater for Boyhood, Alejandro Gonzalez Inarritu for Birdman, Ava DuVernay for Selma, Morton Tydum for The Imitation Game, that's the one I'm not sure of, and Damien Chazelle for Whiplash. Now, I think the first three I mentioned were a lock. Boyhood, Birdman, and Selma, I think, are all getting nominated for Best Director. Morton Tydum for The Imitation Game, I think I put him on the list because he just got the Directors Guild nomination, so therefore I could see him getting nominated for that, for Best Director. Damien Chazelle is a hope of mine, and I honestly think that they will give it to him, because it is honestly one of the best directed films of the year, Whiplash. I'll be so upset if it gets snubbed. Other directors that are gonna get snubbed. Christopher Nolan's gonna get snubbed as always. Dan Gilroy for Nightcrawler is gonna get snubbed. David Fincher's for Gone Girl is gonna get snubbed. You know, I'd love to see him in there. But he's been nominated before for other movies, so it won't be the end of the world if he doesn't get nominated. So say Damien Chazelle takes his spot, I won't be totally upset because I feel Damien Chazelle deserves that spot. It's his first time. And then Denis Villeneuve, I would love to see, but it's not going to happen. Jonathan Glazer, it's not going to happen. But these are three I feel could sneak in. David Fincher could sneak in, of the five I listed. Clint Eastwood could sneak in, and Wes Anderson just might sneak in, but it's uncertain. Best Actor, leading role, we have Michael Keaton, Birdman, Eddie Redmayne, Theory of Everything, Benedict Cumberbatch, The Imitation Game, David Oyelowo for Selma, and Jake Gyllenhaal for Nightcrawler. That's right, I feel all those five are very worthy contenders. The one that I left off the list, who also has who could definitely might as well sneak in, Steve Carell for Foxcatcher. Even though I still feel if the Academy has any brains, they will nominate him for Best Supporting Actor and not Best Leading Actor, because he is not a leading actor in Foxcatcher. I'm sorry. I want to see Steve Carell nominated. I definitely do. I just want to see him get a supporting. He's not a lead. I'm sorry. Channing Tatum was the lead. Speaking of Channing Tatum, who's going to get snubbed, who deserves a nomination? Matthew McConaughey gave one of the 5 best performances of the year. Honestly, at the list I just mentioned, I would take out Eddie Redmayne and put in Matthew McConaughey. I'm sorry. I thought McConaughey nearly brought me to tears, all right? But that's my opinion. Again, you guys will think differently. Channing Tatum should be in there as well. Miles Teller should definitely be in there. Bradley Cooper, I've been hearing, has been picking up steam for American Sniper. And Tom Hardy was great in Locke. So, those are my thoughts. Best Actress Leading Role, we have Julianne Moore, Still Alice. Reese Witherspoon, Wild. Rosamund Pike, Gone Girl. Felicity Jones, Theory of Everything. Jennifer Aniston, Cake. I think, same as the Golden Globes, I think they're all locks. The only one who could sneak in there is Amy Adams for Big Eyes. Other than that, I think that those are all locked nominees. It's a very easy category to predict. It's shameful, though, that Shailene Woodley for Fault in Our Stars, she's going to get snubbed. She was great in that movie. Say what you want about that film. She was great. Scarlett Johansson will also get snubbed for Under the Skin, of course. But of those 5 I mentioned, if Amy Adams was as good as some people say she was in Big Eyes and she just won the Golden Globe, I would take out Felicity Jones in Theory of Everything. She was good, not perfect. That's just my opinion, though. Best Supporting Actor. I think J.K. Simmons is taking the win, but who's going to get nominated alongside him? I think it's the same as the Golden Globes. Ethan Hawke, Boyhood, Edward Norton, Birdman, Mark Ruffalo, Foxcatcher, Robert Duvall, The Judge, and J.K. Simmons, Whiplash. I think that's an easy category to predict. Now, as I said, if the Academy recognizes Steve Carell as a supporting actor, I think they'll take out Robert Duvall and put in Steve Carell alongside his co-star Mark Ruffalo, both for Foxcatcher. And honestly, of the 2 performances, I think Steve Carell, I would give it to him over Robert Duvall. But that's if they give Steve Carell the supporting actor. They just might kick out Jake Gyllenhaal and put him in lead actor, which I don't agree with. I'm sorry. But, I don't know. It all depends what they're going to do. Best Supporting Actress, we have Patricia Arquette for Boyhood, Emma Stone for Birdman, Meryl Streep for Into the Woods, Keira Knightley for The Imitation Game, and Laura Dern for Wild. Laura Dern was okay in Wild. She was good in Wild, but that last category, I think they're just going to give to anybody, honestly. Jessica Chastain for Interstellar should get a nomination, but she may get nominated for a Most Violent Year. She could easily sneak into that category. Meryl Streep is easily getting nominated. It's a lot, guys. It's Meryl Streep, okay? But yeah. Moving on, Best Adapted Screenplay. We have Gone Girl by Gillian Flynn. That's definitely getting nominated. Now, Whiplash. Whiplash is being counted as an adapted screenplay. I read an article online. The Academy will not count it as an original screenplay. It wasn't based off of anything. However, they made short films and then turned Whiplash into a feature. Damien Chazelle, I'm talking about. So that is why they're looking at it as adapted, not original. So it should get a nomination in the adapted category, and if it gets nothing, I'm going to be pissed for screenplay. So Gone Girl, Whiplash, The Imitation Game by Graham Moore, The Theory of Everything by Anthony McCartan, and Unbroken by Joel and Ethan Coen and a few other writers. I think that's a pretty solid category. I think most of those will get nominated. The only one I'm not sure of is Unbroken by Joel and Ethan Coen. I don't know if that's going to get in there. But there are a few that could sneak in there. Wild could sneak in there. The Reese Witherspoon's movie. Still Alice, I'd love to see sneak in there. I don't think it will, but it deserves it. And Inherent Vice just could sneak in there. It depends how the Academy felt about that movie. Best Original Screenplay, we have Boyhood, I think, by Richard Linklater. Birdman, Alejandro Gonzalez Inarritu. Selma, Tom Webb. Foxcatcher, Dan Futterman, and Grand Budapest Hotel, Wes Anderson. Those are the ones I think are going to get in there. Nightcrawler just might sneak in there, but I also feel that Nightcrawler, Interstellar, Locke, and Enemy all deserve, or at least one of those, especially Interstellar, deserves a spot in that category, but it's not going to happen. Nightcrawler, I could see taking out Foxcatcher if they didn't like Foxcatcher. It all depends how they thought of Foxcatcher and Nightcrawler. I don't know. So moving on, Best Animated Film, in my opinion, the nominees are going to be The Lego Movie, How to Train Your Dragon 2, Big Hero 6, The Tale of Princess Kaguya, and The Book of Life, with the Box Trolls being a possible contender to sneak in. Best Cinematography, Birdman is probably going to win, but it's definitely going to get nominated. Unbroken is going to get in there because Roger Deakins is the cinematographer, and it was a very well-shot movie regardless. Gone Girl, I think, is also going to get in there. It was very well done. Foxcatcher will get nominated for that, and I think Interstellar may sneak in there for Best Cinematography. But those are the 5 I feel are going to get nominated. The ones that also could sneak in are Selma, Imitation Game, which was very well shot, Wild, and The Theory of Everything. And then a couple that are going to get snubbed. Whiplash is going to get snubbed for cinematography, and I think Under the Skin is also going to get snubbed, even though it definitely deserves a nomination. Or at least, not the win, a nomination. Come on. Under the Skin was so well shot. Anyway, moving on, guys. Best Film Editing. We have Boyhood. And the reason why I think Boyhood is getting nominated for film editing is because it's going to win Best Picture. It's probably going to win Best Director. And what usually ends up winning those two ends up winning film editing. It's usually those 3. That's usually how it is. I think that's how it was last year, except Alfonso Cuarón won for Best Director, not Steve McQueen. That's usually how it goes. Best Film Editing. Boyhood. Birdman. Whiplash. Whiplash better get nominated. Selma and The Imitation Game. I think those are all solid for Best Film Editing. I think one that could sneak in there is Gone Girl, and it's probably going to get snubbed, but Interstellar should definitely sneak in there. Interstellar should get nominated. Is it going to happen? Is Interstellar probably going to get nominated for any of the major categories? No. Would I love to see it happen? Yes. Best Visual Effects. We have Interstellar is going to win, but Interstellar is going to get nominated along with Dawn of the Planet of the Apes, Guardians of the Galaxy, The Hobbit, The Battle of the Five Armies, and Godzilla. Edge of Tomorrow may sneak in there, and Transformers Age of Extinction just could sneak in there. And a few other films that I think should get recognized. X-Men Days of Future Past and Captain America the Winter Soldier also had great visuals, but I think it's going to be Interstellar, Apes, Guardians, Hobbit, and Godzilla. Best Production Design. I think the 5 nominees are going to be Birdman, Interstellar, Into the Woods, Gone Girl, and Grand Budapest Hotel. Best Costume Design is definitely Into the Woods is getting nominated for that. Inherent Vice, I think, may get in there. The Imitation Game, the Grand Budapest Hotel, and Selma. Best makeup and hairstyling, there's usually only 3 nominees. I think Foxcatcher may win, but it's definitely going to get nominated. Theory of Everything, I also think is going to get nominated, along with Guardians of the Galaxy. Think about it. Gamora, Drax, they were both heavily made up. Half of the aliens, Ronan, definitely great makeup. I would definitely consider giving them a nomination. I mean, it makes sense. Best Original Score. If Hans Zimmer for Interstellar doesn't win, I'm going to be upset. I think it's definitely going to get nominated, though. Interstellar. My 5 picks are Interstellar, The Imitation Game, Gone Girl, Birdman, and The Theory of Everything. If The Theory of Everything wins again like the Golden Globes, I'm going to be really pissed, okay? But I don't think it's going to happen. Should also get in there, Under the Skin had an amazing, creepy score. Is it going to get any love? No. The Judge had a good score because Thomas Newman's one of my favorite composers, so I would love to see that happen. Is it going to happen? No. Unbroken had a good score, and Still Alice had a very good score, if you ask me. So moving on, Best Original Song. I think Glory by Selma is going to win. That's the one I want to win. That's the only one I heard of. Apart from Everything is Awesome, which I'll get into. But Glory from Selma, Lost Stars from Begin Again, Big Eyes from Big Eyes, Everything is Awesome by the Lego Movie, and Yellow Flicker Beat from The Hunger Games Mockingjay Part 1. Again, I think Glory by Selma, from Selma is going to take it. Best Sound Editing. These are the ones I'm always unsure of. Best Sound Editing and Best Sound Mixing. Best Sound Editing, Interstellar, American Sniper, Into the Woods, Fury, and Whiplash. I think Interstellar is going to win both Best Sound Editing and Sound Mixing, even though Into the Woods could take Sound Mixing. But I think those are my 5 picks for Sound Editing. Best Sound Mixing, Interstellar, Into the Woods, American Sniper, Get On Up with Chadwick Boseman, and Whiplash. Reason why I said Get On Up, that is a movie that involved a lot of singing, definitely some sound mixing involved there, so that's why I put that on the list. And finally, Best Foreign Language Film, I'm just guessing here, guys. I have no idea what's going to get nominated here. I know 2 movies that are definitely getting nominated, and those first 2 are Ida from Poland and Leviathan from Russia. Those are the only 2 I know are getting buzz all over the place. They just got Golden Globe nominated. Leviathan won, so I know they're going to get nominated. And 3 others I think are going to get nominated, I'm guessing here. Accused from Netherlands, The Liberator from Venezuela, and Tangerines from Estonia. So that's it, guys. Those are my picks, my final predictions for the 2015 Oscar nominations. Again, if this is exactly how they break down the nominees, if all these films get nominated, if most of my predictions are right, I'll be happy because there's definitely diversity, okay? I think they should give 10 Best Picture nominees, 10 nominations, not 9. And as for movies, I think they're just going to get shut out. Interstellar is going to get shut out entirely in the major categories, and I would love to see it get love there. Is it going to happen? Highly doubt it. Nightcrawler, I think, is also going to get shut out in those categories, apart from Jake Gyllenhaal for his role, even though he better get nominated. Everything else, I think, is pretty much predictable for the most part, especially in the major categories. All the acting categories, the directing. I think the only category I can't predict who's going to get a nomination in, and the only category I won't predict entirely correctly is Best Actor, and that's because it's so good this year. All the leading actors, I literally can't pick who's going to win, nor can I pick a solid 5 list of those who get nominated. I think Michael Keaton, Eddie Redmayne, Benedict Cumberbatch, David Oyelowo, and Jake Gyllenhaal. I think those are good bets, though, but anything can happen, guys, and that's what I'm going to leave you with as I end this final Oscar predictions video for tomorrow. Guys, again, leave me your predictions for tomorrow's Oscar nominees down below. Again, remember, the nominees are being announced tomorrow morning, 8:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, 5:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. I feel bad for anyone out in California. Guys, I will be posting my reaction video. I'm going to react to a video of the nominees tomorrow, so stay tuned for that. And again, keep your fingers crossed that the movies that deserve to get nominated end up getting nominated. Thanks again for watching, guys. Bye.